I'm almost certain that every single black conservative has been asked at least a half dozen times since the election, why or how can you as a black person vote for Donald Trump? You have been asked that question or some rendition of that question. And even my Hispanic folk out there, you've been asked that. My alphabet community folk, y'all been asked that. How could you, as a non-white man, and even as a white man, how could you not be a white dude for Harris, right? How could you vote for a man like Donald Trump? And for me, this is a much deeper question than how could you vote for Trump? Instead, this is how could you break free from the mental shackles and captivity of the Democratic plantation? That's what I hear. How can you, as a quote unquote black man, deviate from the ideology that you're supposed to believe for the rest of eternity because they said so? Now, I've been coining different phrases and different ways to put this in ways that would draw a picture in your mind. And one of the most powerful ones is that there is a toxic relationship, a narcissistic relationship between the Democratic plantation and black folk. The Democratic plantation is the narcissistic partner, and even better off, covert narcissistic partner, right? Who uses covert manipulation, coercion, love bombing, right? Then retaliation once they see you're deviating, etc. They have this relationship with the Democratic plantation that is nothing less and nothing more than the damn narcissist and the codependent, right? And so this is essentially the relationship of slave master and slave, which of course makes sense because it was the Democratic Party that, I don't know, fought to keep slavery intact. I don't know, created the Jim Crow laws in order to create slavery 2.0, instituted the K, and the other K, the damn Cool Kids Club. It was the Democratic Party being what they had always been, which is controlling, manipulative, and not seeing you as an individual, just like a narcissist. So it's it's very telling for me when I hear people asking me questions such as, how could you vote for this man? First and foremost, the reason I can vote for it is because I live in a free nation where I have the ability to, guess what? Vote for whoever the hell I want. That's number one, right? Secondly, how could you vote for this man? Because I do not get my information, I do not allow myself to be swayed and moved by public opinion, but instead by, say, facts. I'm not going to listen to this station who is in direct opposition to this individual. I'm not going to let them direct me to who to listen to. Now, pre-2015, absolutely cooked. I was living brain rot. After 2016, when I started to do a little bit more of my own research, to look up actual full videos, debates, look at what the hell was going on instead of being force-fed by the media or the propaganda machine, at that moment I realized, I'm being lied to. And there's nothing I hate more than realizing that I have been genuinely lied to. Genuinely lied to. If somebody had misinformation and they misunderstood, that's different. I can forgive that all day. Sometimes I'll say things, I'm like, you know what? I was wrong on that. I was wrong on this. I was off on that one. But to be lied to so directly is something that I'm not going back. And once I know you lied to me, we off to the races. And so this is at the core of why a black man like me and many others voted for Donald Trump, because we did our own research, our own due diligence. We didn't allow the bitterness and the resentment that had been programmed and conditioned into us to lead us into a foolish decision. Imagine this. You are told to vote for a candidate who is incompetent in everything that they have done, who essentially you never cared for, or some didn't even know who they were. This is a God honest truth. Some people didn't even know who Joe Biden's vice president actually was. Maybe you knew a name, but you barely knew what she looked like. Or maybe you knew what she looked like, you barely knew what her voice sounded like. right? Because there were so few showcasings of this woman. This was a woman who ran for president on her own accord in 2020 and was the first Democratic candidate off of the damn race, off of the damn island. The first one got cooked by Tulsi Gabbard. This very same woman, because, the Democratic plantation masters, they say through their $2 billion plus of marketing that we need to vote for her, so we need to vote for her. It doesn't matter that she's going to completely destroy your country. It doesn't matter that she's the most far left leaning presidential candidate of all time. It doesn't matter that she literally upholds all the things that we don't stand for. The so-called most conservative group of people in the country, right? Who believe in God first and putting the church first, are also going to vote for a woman whose entire campaign was run off of unaliving the young and off of mutilating the young. Okay. See, this is why when I listen to anybody, especially those who are on the left or I guess project themselves to be these progressive liberal types, I always listen in between the lines because it's double talk, right? Even in what they believe are facts, there are contradictions laying in there. Or even when they say something, there's an intention there. Like, I'm not saying that all conservatives, Republicans, moderates are like this, but it's more likely that when you get into a discussion, a discourse, they're looking for a fact somewhere. That's why it's so hard to talk to a liberal or a far leftist, I guess I'd say, right? This far left ideology, the woke somebody who comes out of that space, they are not looking to find a fact. They're looking to pull you into their ideology, to bully you into their ideology, to shame you into their ideology. That is their only intention, only goal. It is to destroy you and to make you a part of it. That's the narcissistic relationship, folks. And so when I get asked the question, why would a black man vote for Donald Trump, is because a quote unquote black man was willing to do his own damn research, his own due diligence, to actually come to understand for myself, who is this party? Who are the Republicans? Oh, wait, the Republicans. I did learn that in school. They were the ones who formed in 1854 for the sake of the abolition of slavery and polygamy. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, women's suffrage. That was the Republican Party. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. The abolition of Jim Crow, the House, the Senate, it was the Republican Party. That's right. I do kind of remember. Oh, yeah, first black senator and every other black senator throughout until when? 1970? Yeah, that was the Republican. Interesting, because I was told by the progressives, so-called progressives, that they were the racist party. So how could you vote for Donald Django Trump? That's my new name. I'm coining that one. You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. And when you hear it out there, because I was using Donald Jacques Trump, and now I'm seeing people using it everywhere. So maybe it's in the atmosphere. I don't know, but I got my suspicions. So now it's Donald Django Trump. How could you as a black man vote for Donald Django Trump? Well, how about the fact that the man flipped from being a Democrat to a Republican for the same reason many of us did, because we came to realize that this party right here is full of shite. How about that? The fact that living in a blue state for almost 20 years, I got to see firsthand what a Democratic plantation looks like and how they devalue those who follow the law and how they uphold, promote, and incentivize those who break it. For the first time, I think in a long time, California's finally getting a full frontal view of what the hell the Democratic Party is down to do. Look down there and what happened in SoCal. I said nothing but love. I said nothing but good grace on your lives down there, because this is the byproduct. This is the aftermath. This is the outcome that we get with these so-called Democrats. These Democrats. Look at the blue hubs. Look to see who has the highest levels of, I don't know, criminality, who has the highest levels of homelessness. Oh, and by the way, this is just the ones that they report on, right? Look who has the highest rates of citizens moving out or residents moving out of the state. The bottom 5, all blue states. Top 5, all red states. People hate the facts. They want to call me a sellout. They want to say that I'm an agent of white supremacy. And if you believe that looking to emancipate, looking to bring freedom into the lives of those that I speak to is white supremacy, then by golly, I am a white supremacist. If speaking life into people, if reminding them that they do indeed have the power to change the outcomes of their lives through the change of their mindsets as well as their actions following, if I am a white supremacist for that, if that defines you as a white supremacist, then, we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead. If voting for a candidate who put you and the ones around you before the ones who are over the water or the ones under a border, if that makes me a white supremacist, so be it.
I used to be afraid of the dark, a place unknown like a hardening heart. I used to see my life in the bar. Now the kids unchained, every shackle is lost. 2 steps in the moonlight, 2 step in the daytime. You just know when it feel right. You got a feeling the time's not. See you through those shades that I just threw on. Through my lenses, you just can't do no wrong. I fell in love with myself again. I fell in love with myself. I fell in love with the sunshine. I fell in love with the light. I fell in love with the full moon. I fell in love with the night. I can see the light again. I can see the light. You can see the life in him illuminate the night. I know the time is taking. A 3, 6, 5, that's a full rotation. I see you looking up, you know them constellations. Constantly gazing like house of praises, you get to praising.